Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a scored review on the game Guns, Gore and Cannoli 2. This game was developed by Rogueside Studios and published by Rogueside Studios. It was previously published and developed by different companies, but this is the current companies. Now, this particular game is a 2D action platformer in the vein of like the old Contra games where you run and gun style. Now, I'll be covering this game in 5 different categories for this review, which would be the story, the graphics, the controls and gameplay, the music and sound, and the achievements. Now, let me go ahead and get this game started, and I will start with them. Now, as for the story, you play as Vinnie Cannoli, who 16 years prior was the events of the first Guns, Gore and Cannoli. You'll be proceeding through the game as him again in a new story, and instead of it being stuck in one particular town, you're going through multiple different areas throughout the game.
Oh yeah? Never heard of that place. You're kidding me, right? You've never heard of
The first game took place in, I believe it was called Thugtown. Yeah, just said Thugtown. Now, to me, I think the story of the first one was a little bit better, but the story in this one was still pretty good. But, I mean, to each their own. The graphics on this game are just as good as they were in the first one. It's a very unique take on the graphics and the 2D art style. I love the whole cel-shaded graphic look that they use for the game, and the aesthetic backdrop for the game is also very well done. It's very in the time frame of when this era actually occurred. So they definitely kept with the theme of it, including the Italian-like hand movements and talking patterns of the Italian thugs back then. But for
you're joking, right? He doesn't look so tough now, does he?
as for gameplay and controls, to me this is where the game fails at. The first one was a simple run and gun, but this one added where you have to manually aim the gun. And while it would definitely work great for PC, mouse and keyboard, it's a little bit harder to use on the controller. And that really hurts it because you have to manually aim with the right stick, and the jumps, like the controls are very oddly done. I think the game would have done better if they would have kept it as the gameplay style of the first one, where it was simpler and not quite as complex when it comes to controlling your character. Now the gameplay itself, it's just simple run and gun. If you're into that, it works, but it's just a simple run and gun game, so nothing complicated about that. Now for the music and sound effects, then the sound effects and for most of the guns and weapons and like things that are being said are decent. I mean, they're nothing spectacular. The voice acting I thought was great and very funny, especially a lot of the quips that come from Vinny that you play as. Now, the music and sound effects, or the music that they put in the game, I don't know why I keep saying both at the same time, but the music is very stellar. They use actual music from the time and or similar jazz-like themes for the game. Also, when you get to the military area, or places where you fight the military, or not fight them. I don't think you fight the American military in this one. You do in the first one. But when you fight the Axis military, It's got that whole when Johnny Goes Marching In theme song. I can't remember what the name of it is. So, you know, you really feel like each stage that you're in, the music fits with the narrative of the stage that you're in. Now, for the achievements, to me, I didn't find the achievements to be that difficult. Now, the first game, to me, I think was a bit harder with the achievements, so that's probably a better benefit in this game, so to speak. But it also means that there isn't as much replay value as there was in the first one for like being the games on the higher difficulty. So I generally rate a game 5 out of 10 as average instead of the industry standard of 7 out of 10 for average. And this game having a pretty good story, decent graphics, or it has a great story, great graphics, decent controls. Sorry, I'm getting all my things mixed up. Decent controls, a little bit too complex and confusing for the style of game that it is. The music and sound effects are good, and the achievement list is a bit on the easier side. So for this game, I will give it a 6 out of 10. Not quite as good as the first one in my opinion, but it's still a great game. And for the price point, it's not that bad. But if you can catch it on sale, it's a definite must buy if you like these style of games. So 6 out of 10. And as with all things gaming related, gaming or let me get this. Let me back this up. If you're liking this kind of content, please be sure to like and subscribe. And with everything gaming, Game Logic, am I right? I'll see you guys in the next one.